session 7 of our series that we're doing on how to break free or how to break free from tension using the alignment of your chakras. Now, I want to emphasize this before I get into today's session. So, by the way, today's session, we're talking about the crown chakra, okay? There is a reason why I started with the root chakra, all right, from session 1. And I want to emphasize that there is a reason I did it in that order for this specific time. All right. I started with the root because in your root chakra is where that Kundalini energy, which I know that all of you are aware of. If you're not aware of it, please go and do your research because I don't want to take too much time talking about that in this session. Maybe I will do an entirely different session just talking about Kundalini energy, but the Kundalini energy is resting in your root chakra. So, as we go up our body, our power centers, and we are releasing tension, that is giving the pathway for that Kundalini energy to rise, to rise, to rise, and take flight. Okay, so that's why if you are getting to this session and you haven't started with session 1, go back to session 1 and you work your way up to session 7. Okay, so let's get into today's session. We're talking about the crown chakra. Now, with a balanced crown chakra, the ego functions for the soul. Now, I know that may be different than what you hear, people that are teaching about spirituality will say. You'll hear a lot of spiritual teachers that will say, oh, you have to kill the ego and this idea of ego death. Nothing about you needs to die. Do you understand? There is this knowing when we start talking about the Ma'at energy. Ma'at energy, the balance of Ma'at teaches us to own, embrace all aspects of us, of you, of your being. Part of that is embracing your ego. Part of that in learning all aspects of you, appreciating all aspects of you, is appreciating your ego. Now, the thing is, you as an alchemist, you as a magician, you get to tell your ego its function. You get to tell the ego, okay, ego, you have ran my life up to this point, but now your function is to serve my soul's truest expression. All right, so we don't want the ego to die. No, you just tell the ego what its purpose is. That's what you can do with a balanced crown chakra. Okay, so let's keep going. With a balanced crown chakra, you observe your life experiences. What do I mean by that? So, all of us here, if you're watching this, you can pinpoint an experience in your life where you felt like you were just being pulled and possibly dragged through it, right? Okay, so with a balanced crown chakra, it doesn't mean that you won't feel the experience. This is not about bypassing, but with a balanced crown chakra, yes, you can observe or you can feel the experience and all the emotions that come with it, but you observe, you start to observe, okay? You start to observe it. When you go through things, the reason why I'm making this distinction is because if you have a chakra, a crown chakra that is blocked, when you go through things, you can become fixated on survival. Okay? But when you begin to be the observer of your experience, you know that not only is survival rightfully yours, but also to thrive, which is rightfully yours. So instead of you being just hyper focused on just surviving and getting through stuff and waiting for an experience to just be over with, a balanced crown chakra is gives you an observer lens to start to look at that experience and start to see the opportunity for you to thrive in your spirit, for you to thrive in your soul, for you to thrive in your magic, for you to thrive in your alchemy, for you to elevate, for you to transform, which, of course, if you are elevating spiritually, of course, you're going to see the remnants of it in your spirit, in your physical life. Okay. So you have to know that. Now, with a balanced crown chakra, you don't approach experiences asking, well, why is this happening to me? I know that external circumstances can cause you to look at an experience and say, okay, why really is this happening to me? I don't like this. That's fine, because remember, this is not about bypassing. However, that question does not consume you. Because again, with the balanced crown chakra, you're looking at your experiences through an observing lens. You're observing. So now you know, okay, this is an opportunity for me to elevate in my magic, for me to become stronger in my voice, in the words that I use to speak what I see in my soul's eye, in my imagination, in the visions that I have that are beyond me. This experience is sharpening my magic. Okay? So, did I get ahead of myself? Yes, I did. But I'm going to say this. Through your observing lens, yes, you can see the experience in real time, yet you also see what is beyond that physical experience very clearly. All right? Now, also, with a balanced crown chakra, you no longer have this emotional need to prove yourself in any situation. You no longer have an emotional need to prove yourself. That, by the way, that need to do that comes from your ego, because your ego hasn't been put in its place. So your confidence in who you are with a balanced crown chakra becomes fully elevated and out of this world, because you know who you are beyond this world. Okay? So let's keep going through the notes. Now, what does it look like when you have tension that is built up in your crown? You become, hi, you guys. Thank you for being here. I'm not trying to ignore you. If you've been here, you know what I do with these lives. I just jump right into the session. Okay. But thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit the like on the video. All right. And if you're new here, subscribe. So, tension builds in the crown when you are fully immersed in your life experience, desperately trying to find a way out. Tension builds up in the crown when you are fully immersed in your life experience and you are desperately trying to find a way out. Your focus is just on survival. Your focus is just on survival. Why? Because that's what the ego is programmed to do, unless you decide otherwise. Also, that focus just on survival, it leads you to consuming a bunch of information, which leads to confusion. And then that focus also leads you to filling up your time, which with a bunch of things to do to figure out how to get out of what you are in. Because that's what the ego tells you to do. The ego tells you, oh, if you don't figure this out by yourself, if you have to be the one to figure all of this out, otherwise there's just no way out. Guess what? That leaves no room for the universe. That leaves no room for your guides to come in to give you insights, to give you a clear pathway on a solution or solutions, okay, around this experience. So I want you to think of a time. This is how you know if you've ever had tension built up in your crown chakra or if you're experiencing that right now. Think of a time when you felt tired. Not necessarily tired in your body, but tired in your mind. That is a sign of tension buildup in your sacred crown chakra. Let me give you another example. If you've ever felt like just sitting, you didn't even care where you were, just sitting somewhere with your eyes closed to give your mind a break. When have you ever said, I just need to give my mind a break, or I just need a break? That is another sign of tension that has built up in your crown chakra. Okay? Very easy examples that we can relate to. Okay? So now let's get into the end of this, where we talk about the main aspect of the crown chakra, how to get in alignment, what to do, and your commands. All right? So the main aspect of the crown chakra is to learn that you can tell your ego what its function is. It's to have a clear mind with clear sight. So you're giving your ego its purpose, and that's to serve your soul's functions. It's to have a clear mind and to have clear sight. Clear sight, yes, physical, but clear sight in the spirit realm as well. All right? So, how do you get in alignment? How do you get this crown chakra to be aligned and to be clear? I'm going to say this first thing. For some of you watching, it may be basic, for some of you not. If you call yourself a magical being, an alchemist, an elevated soul, if you have not put into practice a form of meditation, I don't know what to tell you. Meditation for you could be sitting in silence. It could be walking. It could be a moving meditation, moving your body. It could be singing, having a sound come out of your mouth. I don't necessarily mean singing a song, but having a sound come out of your mouth where you are focused on that sound. You're focusing on the vibration. You're focusing on where that sound is coming from in your body. Point being is, if you have not incorporated meditation into your spirituality, I don't know what to tell you. But for all of you that do have meditation, that is one of the main ways that you can bring balance back into your crown chakra. Have I made that point? I think I have. Now, the color associated with the crown chakra is purple, which makes sense. Our last session was the third eye. The colors associated with the third eye is a deep blue with purple undertones. All right. The two are connected. So it makes sense. If you haven't watched that session yet, go back. So the color association is purple. Remember, the purple is a symbol. It is a symbol, it is symbolic. So any object that you choose, if it is helpful for you to see that object while you are focused on clearing out the tension in your crown chakra, do that. Doesn't matter what the object is. Just make it purple, right? Okay. The foods that you can incorporate into your diet that are associated with activation and clearing of the crown chakra: grapes, bananas, blueberries. Very easy, right? Now, let's get to commands. There's 3 that I want to share with you, okay? So, we're taking the main aspect of the crown chakra, we're incorporating that in this first command. So, the first command is this: my ego is now aligned with my soul's truest and highest expression. The second command is: my imagination holds the key to my heaven on earth. All right? And the last command is this: my crown chakra is fully clear and activated to see and experience life as an elevated being that thrives in everything that I do and everywhere I go. Okay? Take those commands, incorporate it into your meditation as you clear out and focus on your crown chakra. If you have not already, go back to session 1, work your way up through session 7. And until next time, I'm going to end this period, this session, the 7-day session, with a summary, okay? And then you will be provided with a booklet, all right, on all full 7 days. It will have all of the foods associated, the colors, and the commands will be included in that booklet. I will let you know when the link is available to download that booklet. It will be available to you complimentary, all right? So don't forget to leave me your takeaways from this entire session, all right? And until next time.